Assalamu alaikum. Okay, so we're on the penultimate remedy. Today we are doing a remedy called Lycopodium. This is one of the other common remedies for babies. And as babies, they tend to usually be long and thinnish, and they tend to look old, older than like a newish baby. So, new babies are usually, they've got a certain look. Lycopodium babies tend to look old, meaning um, they look older, basically. And even as adults, Lycopodium individuals tend to look older because they've got a lot more wrinkles. And they tend to have large abdomens, but very skinny everywhere else. And even with children. It's a great colic remedy for babies, and they'll get relief if you put them on their stomach or you press them, you put them on your shoulder and then pat them. They get quite a lot of relief. And as adults, they'll be suffering from a lot of flatulence and bloating, and their stomach is really their weak, is the weak part of them. And if they feel anxiety, it will be in the stomach. Now, Lycopodium individuals, it's really interesting. Children, Lycopodium children, the parents will say, the teachers will describe the child as being very good and very a lovely child. And the parents will look at the teacher as if, really? Because the child is totally different at home. So they're kind of dictatorial and very bossy at home, but at school, they're ever so placid and they're very, they won't argue and they'll do whatever the teacher asks. So the way it's expressed in adults is that they'll be kind of subservient to their boss and to their superiors, but to their subordinates, they'll be dictatorial and quite could be rude and standoffish. And what else about them? They Lycopodium actually is a great liver remedy, and liver remedies tend to have lots of yellowness around them and lots of anger and anxiety. So with Lycopodium, babies often when they're born, they can be jaundiced and they'll have the whites of their eyes will be quite yellow. Also, they have, I said, a lot of flatulence. They can have a lot of abdominal bloating, and I mentioned about the anxiety. That's where they would feel it in their stomach. And what do they get anxious about? Well, they have this anticipatory anxiety. So before anything's going to happen, they get very, very nervous, very worried how it's going to happen. But actually, they're really pretty good. So if before giving a speech or a talk or a lecture, or if they have to stand up in front of an audience, they'll be extremely nervous, pacing up and down. But once they start delivering it, they're actually pretty good and they're okay. So they have that anticipatory anxiety. Could even apply to doing an exam or guests coming round, new people coming round. And Lycopodium children tend not to like new things, even adults. They'll tend to stick to the things that they are familiar with. With their eating, they love sweet things. They really do. So they have an extremely sweet tooth. What else? Oh, yes, their symptoms tend to be very right-sided. So if they have a sore throat, it will either be on the right side or it will start on the right and then move to the left. They even get right-sided headaches. And another very characteristic type of headache is headache around the temple, here, the temples. So they get these headaches around the temple. What else? Yeah, they have a fear of failure, very, very anxious. And Oh yeah, it's a really good remedy for stuffed up nose if your nose is blocked. So you get children who get very blocked nose at night before they go to sleep. Lycopodium's excellent for that. And also for snuffles, where you get children who are constantly going, but nothing actually comes out, but they have this feeling that they have to keep sniffing their nose up. So Lycopodium's also very good for that. And they had this flapping ali nase like this, you know, the nostrils, they go up. I don't know if I can do it. So when they're breathing, this will be going in and out. So I hope you've enjoyed that and it's useful. And as usual, please share this with your friends, family, anybody, if you found it useful. And I look forward to your comments. And tomorrow will be the final day of these remedy pictures for the Homeopathy Awareness Week. So I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.